iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here tonight, race fans, to the new Smyrna Speedway here tonight for the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe Championship Night for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Short Track Scrambler Series for Red Light Racing. It's been a heck of a season, and it's all come down to the final race here tonight at New Smyrna. Two drivers come in with a chance to win yet. Dave Bragg, Rex Hoyle separated by 14 points here tonight. It's going to need a Rex Hoyle win and a Dave Bragg finish outside the top 12 here tonight for the championship to get flipped and turned upside down. There is also a dark horse in the making here tonight. Dan the Storm Magnet Butler, the driver of car number 21. He is still mathematically in, and there's only one way. Dave Bragg would have to finish dead last here tonight. Rex Hoyle will have to finish second last, and Dan Butler would have to win tonight's main event after 100 laps. It's a possibility, and it's something we will keep an eye on here tonight. Dave Bragg is the championship leader coming in, still looking for his first win of the season, and Dan Butler also sitting there, no wins on the season. Rex Hoyle, he's second in the championship standings. He does have one win to his name this season. But as you can tell, the cars are just starting to make their way to pit road here tonight. So why don't you say we take it down trackside here to get our final starting lineup of the season, brought to us by our friends at Six Rings Racing. Starting on the pole here tonight, he's picked up a couple wins over the last couple of weeks. He drives car number 2 out of Huntley, Illinois. It'll be the Austin Designs number 2 of Brian Hacker. To the outside of him, the all-time win record holder, car number 1, the Rev Esports driver out of Tampa, Florida. That'll be Dalton Williamson. And in row number 2, driving out of Massachusetts, driving the number 14, it's the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe number 14. That is Brian Bianchi. Back into the 4th starting spot all the way out of Carolina, the veteran of the series, driving car number 54, the Colony Tire and Service Center 54 of Rex Hoyle. Back into the 5th spot, he's the championship leader coming into the night, the driver out of Peterborough, Ontario, Canada, driving the Jiffy Lube Switch Tire number 31. That'll be Dave Bragg. Picked up a win this season, driving car number 53 out of Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. The Bragg Racing Jiffy Lube Switch Tire, number 53, Victor Vowles. Back into the 7th spot out of Southbridge, Massachusetts, driving the racing school, number 21, the Store Magnet, Dan Butler. Starting into the 8th spot here tonight, the driver with some of the fastest speeds, it's going to be the driver of the 989 of Scott Duncan. Back into the 9th starting spot here tonight, driving the checkered flag, Esports, number 1, Celebrate 01, actually, of A.J. Watkins. Part of that Canadian Invasion crew. He drives car 51. He goes by the name of Arnold Vowles in the Jiffy Lube Switch Tire, number 51. And, well, hailing out of Massachusetts, driving the Granny Hips, Walkers, and Canes, number 13 MA. This is Granny Hips, Josh Buckley. He'll start 11th. Reaching for the top 70, the driver out of Ohio, driving the top row. Number 70, Steve McCormick, will start right there into the 12th position. 13th here tonight, the Higgins Hill Racing Checkered Flag Auto Supply Busch Latte number 40. That is the Cowboy, Rob Higgins. And the fan favorite this season, voted on by his competitors here tonight, the 271, Aiden Alvecchione, will start 14th. And shotgun to the field. It's the man, the myth, the legend, driving the number 30. That's Bob Higgins, driving the Checkered Flag Auto Supply 20-year anniversary. That's right, 20 years in operation for our friends at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. We thank the Higgins family. One scratch here tonight to mention here as we get ready to go racing here at the new Smyrna Speedway for Championship Night. Brought to us by Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe. The green flag is out. Hot start by the top 2 competitors here tonight of Dalton Williamson and Brian Hacker. Sideways for Hacker off the corner. One driver up the speedway. That was the 70 of Steve McCormick. Lap 1 to go to Dalton Williamson. Williamson and Hacker got a good start. Oh, one driver down cut in the grass here. Scott Duncan in the 989. Got a little left front damage from that. Made a little contact back there. Got a little loose off turn number 2. A trouble spot here tonight will be off turn 2 and turn number 4. So that'll put Scott Duncan all the way back to the 11th position. We talked about having a scratch here tonight. That scratch is going to be the number 40 of Rob Higgins. The Cowboy himself lost his cowboy hat and the spurs off his left boot. He wears multiple spurs, in case you didn't know. So it's Williamson, it's Hacker, Bianchi. There's the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe, number 14 of Brian Bianchi, carrying the Culpeppers logo on the back quarter panel of his car here tonight. Trying to park it in victory lane tonight with the sponsor being Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe. Race fans, they have some of the best muffins if you're in the Worcester, Massachusetts area. Make sure to take a stop. I know I did when I was up there last summer. And it's going to be a mainstay stop when I head back north. Right now, Brian Bianchi sitting there into the 3rd spot, probably trying to conserve the tire a little bit. There's Dave Bragg, the Jiffy Lube. Number 31 of Dave Bragg comes into the night. Remember, he is the championship leader coming into the night. He had a 14-point lead over Rex Hoyle, and Hoyle is right ahead of him. Bragg is sitting there in 5th. Exactly what Bragg has to do here tonight to make sure he secures that championship victory. There's Dan Butler. We talked about the Store Magnet. Mathematically is still eligible here tonight, and actually that has gone to the wayside because Rob Higgins did not take to the grid here tonight. Rob Higgins is out of tonight's race. He is being scored into the 15th position. So that will eliminate any chance Dan Butler had of picking up a championship here on Thursday night with the Short Track Scrambler Series. So he'll have himself one of his best seasons here on the iRacing.com platform. Dan is currently running into the 7th spot. The driver who's picked up the most spots here so far is car number 51, part of that Canadian Invasion crew. The switch tire, Jiffy Lube, number 51 of Arnold Valls. Arnold had a memorable podium finish just a couple of weeks ago at the South Boston Speedway. Him and his brother Victor finishing on the podium. They said they didn't get to race together in the real world side of things, so here to iRacing, it's the next best thing for them. Arnold this season has picked up 1 pole, 3 top 5s and 5 top 10s with a average finishing position of 10. So a good season all around for the driver of car number 51, making his rookie campaign this year. Nothing's changed at the front. The top 2 have pulled away by about a little over a second and 3/4. There you see the number 61 of Dalton Williamson, the all-time winningest driver here with the series. He has the most wins in series history. He also holds the most championships over the past handful of seasons. Those seasons consisting of 9 seasons here. At the conclusion of this one, he has won 3 of the championships. This season, the driver that's in second there, Brian Hacker, in the Austin Designs number 2. He's the driver that holds the most wins this season with 5. Dalton Williamson, who's your race leader, he actually has 2 to his name this season. They're running 1 and 2 currently here on the scoring. We'll put flat number 17 in the books here. He's 17 in as Aiden Alvecchione and Bob Higgins battle here for the 13th position. Aiden came into the series in that number 271 a couple seasons ago as an unknown driver. Aiden quickly became one of the most popular drivers on the series, bringing his crew along here to every week hound the chat out there. Part of that Aiden Amarda crew out there, always tuning in. He says at first he was embarrassed. They were always over here. He calls it giving me flack. I call it giving me some great entertainment over there in the chat side of things. And, well, his peers have recognized that he is the fan favorite by far with the series. It's always good to see Aiden out there. Aiden, a entrepreneur broadcaster, if you will. Has been doing his own side broadcasting here with iRacing. A heck of a young gentleman. Right now tonight, Aiden's back into the 13th running position, just getting around that number 30 of Bob Higgins. Nothing's changed out front here on lap number 22. There is a battle here, though. Scott Duncan trying to come back through the field. Scott Duncan has picked up a win this season. And what a win it was, as you see him get around the 0-1. I thought Watkins was going to try to get back to the inside, but he elected to lift off it. Last time we had the super late models out onto the Speedway, we were at Langley on April the 13th, and actually, Scott Duncan was able to pick up the big win there, leading all 100 laps. Joshua Buckley getting to the inside of the switch tire, Jiffy Lube number 51 of Arnold Valls. So that'll put Joshua Buckley in his Granny Hips Walkers and Canes number 13 MA now into the 8th position. He's picked up 3 spots since the drop of the green flag. We're only a quarter of the way into this one. These drivers pretty much starting to spread themselves out here all around the Speedway. Hacker still stalking the number 61 of Williamson. Maybe a little scrape of the outside wall that time for Brian Hacker. They're going to close in on lap traffic. It'll be the number 30 of Bob Higgins and the number 271 of Aiden Alvecchione. That's what the leaders will come upon first. Onboard coverage here with the race leader, brought to us by our friends at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. 20 years of operation. Checkered Flag Auto Supply located in Ayer, Massachusetts at 103 Park Street. If you're in the area, you need some wiper blades, a little tree, one of those smelly trees, they have that. If you need brake pads, alternators, starters, they have those also. And if they don't, they can get it for you, as Bob Higgins will move to the outside. Aiden Alvecchio will also go to the outside. And I hurt Brian Hacker just a little bit on the exit that time, as it's where they kind of caught the lap traffic in an odd, awkward position. With lap number 29 this time in the books. You can see Hacker has a very fast car here tonight. So does Dalton Williamson. 2 champions in their own rights here with the series. Obviously, both drivers having some of the highest win totals. But here on iRacing, when you look at both their stats, they both win, well, just about over half the races they have ever entered here on iRacing. Williamson more of a short track ace here on the asphalt side of things, while Brian Hacker has branched out. He's picked up a couple dirt championships with street stocks and the super late models on dirt. Has a couple wins in modified competition, sprint car competition. He's a little versed in everything, and comes here on Thursday nights to play on the asphalt side of things. As you see him trying to work around the grooves here tonight. See if he can find a little speed. Or maybe a second groove. A little too much wheel into it that time. That car pushed off turn number 4 for the number 2 of Brian Hacker. Next car your race leaders will come upon will be the driver of the number 70 of Steve McCormick. Pass right here. One Canadian to another. Scott Duncan will make the pass on Arnold. Arnold picked up 2 spots in the opening laps here tonight, but now has fallen back to where he started, running into the 10th position. Scott Duncan trying to work his way back through. He's 1 spot away from getting back to where he started here tonight. That's not what he wanted to see, though. Duncan will try to set sail and run away. We saw Bianchi get around the lap traffic of Alvecchio and Higgins. Hoyle caught them in the wrong position. He'll lose a little ground in the team car there. Both teammates, Brian Bianchi and Rex Hoyle. Talked about Rex Hoyle being a wily veteran here on the iRacing.com platform. In his car number 54, he's kind of taken under his wing that number 14 of Brian Bianchi over the last couple of seasons here on iRacing, getting to meet each other here with the Red Light Racing crew a couple seasons back. Liked the way they raced around each other, got to talking about, well, racing in general. And Brian Bianchi, that program for the number 14, has definitely turned a corner and more consistent consecutive finishes inside the top 5. Had the pleasure to race with Brian a couple times also here on iRacing. I don't get to slap the old wheel on too many times throughout the season, and actually I'm very excited, I should say. This being the final race of the season here, as you see the battle still continuing here on the top 2 drivers. It's the last season, or it's the last race of the season. That means these drivers are going to go away for a little bit. Going to take this summer off, so I've elected to enter myself in to run on Thursday nights with these guys on their unbroadcasted races. That's right, I'm going to go racing with a lot of the drivers you've seen all season long here on Thursday night. I'm going to get to go toe-to-toe with them, see which one of these drivers is going to put me in the wall. I'm going to say some nice things about them next year. I'm only kidding, but I am looking forward to racing with them. See, the race leaders have ran down the Steve McCormick entry. A.J. Watkins also. McCormick will reach for the top side of the Speedway, and he will go a lap down. A.J. Watkins will be the next driver. So Watkins out of Florida. Will he cut his Florida native of Dalton Williamson a break? Hacker right to the back bumper that time, getting close to halfway here. Might be time, if you saved anything, if you're Brian Hacker, it might be time to use it. Race leaders will put the 0-1 of Watkins a lap down. That'll leave 10 drivers left on the lead lap, as Arnold Fowles will be the next one. There you see the driver of the 51. Sitting about a straightaway right now up on the race leader of Dalton Williamson. These are the closest cars on the Speedway. Josh Buckley also trying to make a pass on Dan Butler. Here's an interesting story between these two drivers, and it's a funny one. Years and years ago here on iRacing, I had competed in a late model series, a super late model on asphalt series. As you see the 13 MA of Joshua Buckley get past number 21 of Dan Butler. Never heard the name Joshua Buckley before. I did know who Dan Butler was, because I raced in a Sunday series with Dan Butler a long time ago. But there was a sister series to that Sunday series, and it was, well, a super late model series. These two drivers that you see on screen right there, the 13 MA of Joshua Buckley and the number 21 of Dan Butler, both competed in that, and I competed in a handful of races, but never put the two and two together of who they were. Years ago, then it all came back full circle when they were talking about championships and running together on iRacing, that it stuck in my head that, wait a minute, I was there too. It came down to the final race of the season and multiple tiebreakers to determine that Joshua Buckley beat Dan Butler in a championship heads-up in a super late model competition before they came here to Red Light Racing. So I always thought it was an interesting story that I was there, didn't know it, and then it came full circle many years later. And here they are, Josh Buckley now 4 spots running in 7th here out the halfway point. When your race leader's right there, we'll cross. It'll be halfway home, 50 in, 50 to go. Oh, a little tap there. Hacker into the back end of the number 61 of Williamson. Got him a little jacked up and loose. Remember, short track racing. You're going to get that 3-tap Teddy rule. And here comes Hacker. Great run. Does he get to the inside? Williamson will throw the block. Hacker will have to back off just a little bit. Have to regroup. Williamson going to back up that corner. That's going to put Hacker in a little awkward spot coming off the corner. Not going to be able to utilize the full racetrack. That'll give Williamson a little racing room. A little breathing room now. So the fast time tonight was set by Brian Hacker. In our practice session, he set the fast time in qualifying. Fell back to second on the initial start and has been hounding the back end of Williamson all night long. Williamson has been driving the Zine setup shop number 61 here over the last couple of weeks. Tonight looks like he has the Elite Performance on the hood of that car. Not sure if it was a sponsorship change or a group change or what there, but we noticed that it's brand new colors on the hood of that number 61 here tonight. Good looking colors though, black with neon green, just like Hacker's purple with the neon yellow. Neon green, neon yellow on both those cars actually. Continue to battle. They will come into lap traffic here. That'll be Scott Duncan going to the outside. He will not battle to stay on the lead lap. Now it'll be Dan Butler next, as here comes Hacker to the inside. Williamson gonna roll up the track on turn 1. Ada now Vecchione into the outside wall there as he tried to stay out of the way of the race leaders. He didn't want anything to do with those two race leaders. Oh, Hacker got a little tight that time off the corner. Gonna lose the run. Can he hold the bottom side? Williamson holding very strong on the outside there. Both drivers trying to make sure they don't make the contact. There's been run-ins for the this season between the two drivers. So they're trying to race it out clean here tonight at New Smyrna. Just 8 drivers left on the lead lap, and Dan Butler is not very far out in front of these two. He will fall victim to these leaders here very shortly. We've been all clean. We've been all green here tonight. 40 laps remaining on championship night, brought to us by our friends at Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe. Make sure when you stop by there, race fans, you tell them you saw them here. And, well, tell them to send us the bill. We'll pick up your muffin bill. If not, Brian Bianchi will. This is the closest battle on the racetrack right now, and it's between the two top heavyweights. Hacker with another run to the inside, this time down the back straightaway. He'll dive it in this time. Can he make the pass complete? Doesn't blow the tires off, but a great run by the outside there by Williamson. Seems like the outside lane works better in 1 and 2, but the inside lane works better in 3 and 4. Williamson way high that time, maybe a little bit of a contact, or the air pocket, the air bubble may have pushed the 61 up the racetrack. Now with Brian Hacker as the race leader, that's the first pass for the race lead we've seen all night long, since the initial drop of the green flag, I guess, if you will. McCormick trying to go after A.J. Watkins here. So McCormick, who missed last week's race, now going to move into the 11th spot. We always talk about drivers and how many starts they've had. So far this season, 14 drivers have made 14 starts here with the series. Mark Jenkins has made 13 out of 15 races. Steve McCormick, this will be his 12th out of 15 races. So as McCormick starts to open up the gap distance there, Hacker starts to open up the gap distance on Williamson. Only 7 drivers are left on the lead lap, and Joshua Buckley is that 7th place runner right now. There you see Joshua Buckley and his Buckley's Granny Hips Walkers and Canes entry. Pick that paint up from the Raven Graphics designer of Doyle Lowrance, who races here part-time. Driver out of Spring, Texas. Good-looking hot rod there for Buckley. Looks black at night, but under the day, that car pops. For the Aiden Alvecchione crowd out there, he's being scored in 14th currently here tonight. 2 laps down to him, and Bob Higgins, the only 2 drivers here tonight that have gone multiple laps down. Alvecchione trying to widen out the speedway there. That's the second time he's been up into the wall tonight. Steve McCormick trying to cut some grass. We've already cut the grass here tonight. Looks like Steve's going to reach for the top and bring that car to pit road here. See if he can get back out. Brian Hacker has now opened up about a half a straightaway lead. See if we can jump on board looking back here. There's the second place car back there at the start-finish line. That is Dalton Williamson. Dave Bragg losing a spot. One Jiffy Lube on another Jiffy Lube. Is that Jiffy Lube Crime? Scott Duncan also coming to pit road here. But Bragg will lose that spot to Victor. Victor moving now inside the top 5 here tonight in the Jiffy Lube switch tire, number 53. Looks like McCormick will put on some fresh rubber, pull the fenders back on the number 70, and they said, son, last race, let him eat. Hacker will come out of turn 4 this time, and he will see just 25 laps to go. So 25 laps to go here for Brian Hacker here this night. Brian Hacker, remember, does have 13 wins with his career here. Picked up 5 this season. And he's been on a streak as of late. 3 in a row, trying to make it 4. We have not had a driver ever go 4 consecutive wins in a row. Could tonight be a first here for Brian Hacker? He's opened up a 3-second gap over the second place runner. And there you see the number 61 of Dalton Williamson. Third place, Brian B. Yankee is sitting currently 7 seconds back behind the race leader. Just having himself a solid night. The Yankee here tonight came in 8th, tied with Aiden Alvecchione in the point standings. With Aiden having he's picked up 2 spots here tonight now. He's running back in 12th. It's not the night that Alvecchione wanted to have. But Brian Bianchi will leapfrog him, and I believe he will also leapfrog A.J. Watkins and possibly even Rob Higgins here tonight. Bianchi might be able to wind up 6th by the time all the points are tallied up at the end of the night. But look at the lap traffic that the race leader was in. There goes Aiden Alvecchione, another lap down. Now it'll be Joshua Buckley. And Buckley's on the lead lap still. But it looks like Buckley will go to the outside here. And Brian Hacker will waltz on through. Would it just be 19 laps to go now and 6 drivers left on the lead lap. Where is Dave Bragg? There he is. He's about a whole straightaway up on the race leader right now. So Bragg not in jeopardy of going a lap down, as he'll see 19 to go. It'll be just 18 laps to go here as Brian Hacker crosses the line. Williamson continuing to fade here at the end of the night. He has now fallen back to about 3 3/4 seconds back. Biggest mover is still going to be that 13 MA of Joshua Buckley. Sitting a good distance back, though, from the driver out in front of him, Dave Bragg. He won't be able to run him down for that spot. A.J. Watkins trying to get underneath the 271 of Aiden Alvecchione will be able to do that. Not a battle for position. Now, Vecchione's 271 looking like it is a dump truck. The car not handling very well here tonight. Scott Duncan has made his return back to the track just like Steve McCormick, so both those drivers are back out there, being scored 13th and 14th respectively on the racetrack right now. Duncan does have fresh tires. Duncan utilizing a little bit of an apron that's out here tonight at the new Smyrna Speedway. Trying to get that car to rotate the best he can. You do see damage on both fenders. One's been into the outside wall, the other's been into the inside wall. There's the man. Came into the night with the championship. In his grasp. All he needed to do is have a good, uneventful night, and he could wind up as the champion here in season number 9. We've never had a champion be crowned that has not won a race. This could be a first. He'll just be 11 laps away. Hacker is closing in on the number 31 of Dave Bragg. Williamson has now fallen back to 6 seconds back. Been watching the line for the number 61 of Williamson. It looks like maybe just used the tires up here tonight early on. Hacker just putting an absolute whooping on the field right now. 9 to go for Brian Hacker. The brand new colors on that number 2 here tonight may have something to do with the car being as fast as it is. Brand new number font on that Austin Designs number 2. Scott Austin always doing all the designs for Brian Hacker in his racing adventures here with iRacing. Bragg still holding on to the lead lap. There he is. Victor Valls is out in front of Brian Hacker, too. Doesn't look like Dave Bragg's going to put up much of a fight here with the race leader. He'll swing it to the outside and probably let Brian Hacker have it on the exit of the corner, and he does. So Bragg will go a lap down. He is running into the 6th spot. Victor Valls is right there also. Just a couple seconds up. Right there he is. So with 5 to go, not sure if Dave Bragg would be able to go pick up that 5th spot or not. Next car to fall another lap down is going to be the number 51. That's Arnold. Arnold is already currently 1 lap down, sitting in the 9th position. That just shows you how fast of a night tonight is going here with Brian Hacker as our race leader. He'll work underneath Bob Higgins. He'll put him 3 laps down, I do believe. Yeah, that'll be 3 laps down there for Bob Higgins. Scott Duncan just passed up Aiden Alvecchione with just 3 laps to go. Remember, Duncan does have fresh tires over Alvecchione. Wind them up this time by, it'll be 2 laps remaining. Brian Hacker will see the 2-lap indicator, 2 flag sticks being thrown up. He wants to come back around here and get the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe white flag. That would officially put it in the books here tonight. And out of turn 4, the white flag is going to fly here on championship night. White flag brought to us by Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe. Final trip around the Speedway for Brian Hacker. He picked up a win 3 weeks ago at the USA International Speedway. Then he went to Thompson, picked up the win. Southern National picked up the win, and he'll pick it up here tonight at New Smyrna. So it'll be Brian Hacker going 4 in a row to end the season. We've never seen a driver win 4 in a row. Coming across the line, 7.6 seconds back, it'll be Williamson. 9.3 back, it'll be Brian Bianchi, Rex Hoyle. And Victor Valls will stay on the lead lap and finish into the 5th spot. Dave Bragg, Joshua Buckley, Dan Butler, Arnold Valls will all finish inside the top 10 with A.J. Watkins. There he is, though. As Brian Hacker picks up the win, there's your champion. Season 9 champion will go to Dave Bragg. He is your champion. The second time a Canadian has ever picked up a championship here. And I guess that's one way to celebrate. The fireworks going off, and Dave Bragg definitely putting on a show of he'll just send it. There's your winner, though, down here on the front straightaway. Brian Hacker is tonight's feature winner. We're talking to the top 3. We're talking to your championship winner right after we come back here tonight at the New Smyrna Speedway. Race fans, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here to wrap things up.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here tonight, race fans, as championship night brought to us by Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe is officially in the books here tonight. As we have, tallied all the points. We know who the championship winner is. We're saving him for last here tonight. So if you're part of that Canadian Invasion crew, you're going to have to hang in there. He's here, but, he's got some other obligations first. But let's kick things off with our post-race show here tonight, talking to the driver who will go 4 in a row here tonight, Brian Hacker. 4 races left in the season. You made your return back to the series, and you've picked up now each win. But this one, a little more hard-fought.
Yeah, I screwed up on that start and damn near wrecked me and Dalton. I'm glad that there was room there when I came off at 2 and got a little squirrely. I got into him. He's got a lot of talent. He kept it straight. I was able to get it pointed straight, and then I wanted to ride, but I also didn't want to let Dalton just ride. So I was trying to pressure him a little bit, and he was running a little bit different line than me, and I thought if I kept right on his bumper, the way he was running, it might wear out his right front, and I think ultimately that's what happened.
How hard was it here tonight to keep the car up underneath you? These super late models are, they're full body cars just like last week with those limited stocks, but a lot more power.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot more power. It was, they're a little tough to keep under control on cold tires. Once the tires warm up, they're actually a lot of fun. You can really get some forward drive with them. But my biggest thing tonight is I just wanted to keep the tires on it, and we were able to do that. So it was getting pretty excessively tight there the last probably 30 or 40 laps. So I was really having to finesse it through the corners, but I love these cars. They're a lot of fun to drive.
How hard was it once you got to lap traffic? Because some of those drivers were not only battling to stay on the lead lap, they were battling for their position.
Yeah, I didn't want to, impede on what they were doing, but at the same time, especially when I was still trying to keep right on Dalton's bumper, I didn't want to let him sneak away, because every time he would sneak away, I would have to burn up a little bit more tire to try to catch back up to him, and that's not what I wanted to happen. So I didn't want to ruin anybody else's race or ruin any battles, but at the same time, I couldn't let the 61 get too far out in front.
Well, tonight it works out in your favor here, as you will pick up your 4th win in a row, 6th win of the season, and it's also your 14th win on the career here with Red Light Racing. So what do you say we just go ahead and roll this red carpet out? It doesn't match the purple car, by the way, but beautiful design. So let's roll this carpet out. The microphone is yours for the final time this season.
Yeah, sounds like the final time ever, but you kind of said it. The car looks good. I like this car. It's a little unique. It's something a little different, and that's Scott Austin at Austin Designs. He always whips up good looking stuff for me. Narrative Coffee, Pathfinder Chassis, Aberdeen Lodge, Carbon Junction. Thanks to Red Light for letting me do this for a while I could do it, and also to Checkered Flag Auto Supply for making this all possible every season, and or at least every season for the last couple seasons, and also to Culpeppers Bakery for making tonight happen. They picked a good combination for me. I like the super late model, and this track suits me well, so it worked out.
Well, there you hear it. He will leave tonight as the third-time all-time winningest driver here with the series, as he picks up his fourth consecutive win here to wrap up the season. Brian Hacker picks up the win here tonight on Culpepper Bakery and Cafe night here at the new Smyrna Speedway. The driver that will finish second, well, you lead the most laps here tonight, Dalton, but it's not good enough for a victory. A very fast-looking hot rod, brand new colors on this car. What more did you need out there to try and hold off that strong charging number 2?
Roger, I'll make it short and sweet. A better right front, because I tried something and I'm never going to do it again, and I might as well just throw that whole race car in the trash and never get back in it.
Well, we noticed there's a lot of new logos, stickers, sponsors on this car. Did that help or hurt the car here tonight?
That helped it, but lack of talent tonight hurt it. So definitely not going to try what I tried, and congrats to Hacker on the win tonight.
So with him picking up the win here tonight, you finishing second, it was still a good race out there. You talk about needing a right front, but did the right front get hurt by trying to push the car so hard in the opening laps here tonight, or was it the lap traffic also?
A little bit of both, because I was trying to do the opposite of what Hacker was saying. I was trying to save, like he was saying. I was trying to run away, but we're so close together all the time. It's hard to run away from him. He's got a lot of talent. I got a lot of talent, and we're just kind of nose to tail most of the time.
Well, you guys put on a heck of a battle here tonight, running nose to tail. That opening lap saved by both of you, very impressive. And then the side-by-side battles that were out there between you two put on an absolute show here for the race fans. Dalton, it was a great season. You still hold the all-time wins record and championships here with the series. So what do you got to say here at the end of another season on Thursday night?
Well, I won't be returning next year, so I mean, I'm gonna focus on Mondays, and as far as the Thursday stuff went, it was a lot of fun while it lasted, and I'm gonna try to take over the momentum to Monday and see what happens.
Well, we wish you good luck on all your endeavors there, Dalton, but he will walk away, race fans, as the all-time winningest driver here on Thursday night. We wish him well on Monday night. We'll continue to see him right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. The driver, though, that will finish third, well, he carries the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe colors and logo on this, number 14. Brian, a great run for you here tonight. You kind of just stayed quiet, though, sitting back there in that third position.
Yeah, I let those guys get a little too far ahead, and I didn't have enough to catch Dalton there at the end.
What did you need here tonight? Because this car has been fast all year. That you teaming up with Rex Oil over the last couple of seasons, we alluded to it on the broadcast here tonight, that this team has improved vastly over the last couple of seasons. But what did you need more here tonight on championship night?
Oh, yeah, I can't thank Rex enough. Him and I really good together. We kind of run almost the same settings all the time. We tried a little bit different stuff tonight. I needed to not take it so easy in the beginning. Like I said, I was catching Dalton there, but I just didn't have enough.
So did you come in tonight with maybe a little more pressure on your shoulders, knowing it's the final race of the season, trying to go to victory lane, having the fine folks over at Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe sponsor the race and have them on the quarter panel of the 14?
Oh, yeah. He called me. A couple other guys called me and said, there's no pressure with your sponsor on the race, is it? So, yeah, but I'm glad I'm up here. At least I get to talk to you and thank him for everything he does.
Well, Brian, a great run for you. We look for, hey, are you going to run the off-season stuff? Are you going to come out and look at my taillights?
I mean, if you're running, I'll have to come. Yeah, I'm definitely going to run part-time schedule. It's summer, so it's kind of hard to make it every week, but I will run a part-time schedule.
Well, we look forward to seeing you out there, Brian. Make sure you bring your best-dressed limited late model stock. And make sure you put that Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe logo on it, because I can tell you, I stopped up there. You know I did at Culpeppers. They got some great muffins. My whole family enjoyed it. So make sure you tell the fine folks over at Culpeppers. We're coming back up there this summer long. We're going to make that a stop on our trip.
Oh, absolutely. He'll enjoy it. Next time I'll take him back. You get to meet him.
Well, we look forward to that. Brian, before we let you go, though, who's everybody on this car that makes it possible week in and week out?
Oh, of course, Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe, Colony Tire, Bianchi Cash Register, Christina's Custom Cuts, Zeno's Luxury Jackets, Bar Mackey, Danny Diamond Deals, and Patty's Pugs.
There you hear it. Brian Bianchi here tonight. Race fans will finish off his season running in the 3rd position. So a great run by him, a great run by all the top 3 competitors here tonight. Brian Hacker, of course, picking up his fourth win in a row, 6th on the season. Dalton Williamson finishing 2nd. You heard from Brian Bianchi. Rex Oil and Victor Valls round out the top 5. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for out there so patiently, race fans. Your season champion is standing by here tonight with a 6th place finish on the night. He will wrap up his great season. Dave Bragg, race fans. Dave, a great race for you as you didn't park it in victory lane, but you were the most consistent driver all season long.
Man, that was just name of the game all season. Consistency. Got to run those top 10s. I think my stat line was like 2 races I missed top 10 and running a 12th and a 13th. So couldn't say thanks enough to all the guys back at the shop helping out with the race car. Like, it's absolutely insane the help I get from these guys. And obviously it's always helpful to have Dalton in my corner. He's mentoring me pretty well on these Thursday nights, teaching me how to drive this race car. So man, I can't thank everybody enough for everything they've done and getting me to where I am right now.
You talk about the people back home there and the people here on the sim that have helped you out, made you the better race car driver. A couple seasons ago, you came in as, a new face, a new team, and the finishes weren't there. So what did you have to do out there? Did you have to network? Did you have to go shake some hands, kiss some babies? What did it take to get the team turned around to get you those resources?
Honestly, it was just concentrating on these Thursday nights. I was taking too much on running Mondays with these guys, trying to learn those cars and these cars, and being able to run consistently it was over my head. I shouldn't have been doing it. A couple of guys had a talk with me and really said if we put our heads into these Thursday nights, I think you could be running top 10 every night. So we went to work, figured out a couple of things, and then halfway through this year, me and Dalton really hooked up with each other. With me spotting him on Monday nights, we just have a really good connection. Really good information tossing back and forth, and he's been able to get me to the front pretty much every week. Top 5s, top 10s. No wins yet. We'll get there, I'm sure, but you know what? A championship tastes better than a win, so I'll take that.
What are you going to take into the offseason here with the championship? Because you are in rare air here in the series. Only 4 other drivers have ever won a championship here in the 9 seasons, we should say. So what do you take away and how do you improve into the offseason?
Honestly, consistency's we've got that figured out, but being able to get this race car down in victory lane, it's got to start happening. We're aching for a win. I know Victor getting a couple made me a little bit jealous this year. I can shove the championship back in his face, but he still got those 2 wins on me. So, yeah, we're going to keep working forward, man. We're going to get a couple of wins here. I know it's coming, but for now, we'll celebrate this championship with a huge smile on our face.
You're going to celebrate this championship. And how many drinks are we going to have down there at the old Jiffy Lube and with the Switch Tire guys?
It's going to be a good weekend. The track's opening up here, so Victor's got the mini stock out running this weekend, so I'm sure we'll be cranking back a couple.
Well, we can't wait to see some of the photos for those adventures. One thing, just be safe because we want to see you back here next season. What do you say we roll the red carpet out, throw the fireworks up into the air, and we hand you the microphone, and we let you thank everybody out there that's made this championship possible here for season number 9.
As always, man, Jiffy Lube, Switch Tire, Big Bruce Customs, my main sponsors. They've been rolling with me since day one, and can't thank them enough for all the support they've given. You got all the teammates. You got Victor, Arnold, Dennis, all backing me every week. Huge amount of laps turned, a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, a couple of angry nights, but we always work through it. Poutine, Trash Man, all the boys back at the shop, but can't thank them enough. My brother who watches week in, week out with my nephew. The wife and the kids, they are unreal to let me just kind of sit back here in my own little world and be able to race and turn laps and try to chase some checkered flags. But yeah, I can't thank everybody enough. Like, this is absolutely unreal. I'm ready to go celebrate.
Well, before we let you go celebrate, we got to give you one more piece of information. The Al Lane, the racing school, has given the champion of season number 9 here with Red Light Racing a free 10-lap session at a late model courtesy of the racing school at either the Thompson Speedway or the Waterford Speed Bowl. So you can contact those fine folks over there. We got to thank them for their support here with the series. What do you think about that? Maybe getting to strap into a real car.
Oh, it would be unreal. I ran a mini stock up here, a little 4-banger. It wasn't too bad, but strapping into a modified could be unreal. It's just life goal, I think, for most of these guys on this sim that aren't able to get their hands on those type of cars. Travel might be a little bit hard, but I'm sure I might be able to convince the wife to load up and see what we can do.
Well, you load up and we'll load up here from Pennsylvania. We'll meet you there.
Yeah, sounds good, Raj.
Well, Dave, have a good one here. We look forward to seeing you next season.
Thanks, brother. Have a great night.
So there you have it here tonight, race fans. That's your champion driver. Dave Bragg has not picked up a win. Competed in every race this season, but has not picked up a win. He will walk away. No wins, no poles. But he will walk away with 6 top 5s, 13 top 10s here this season. His average starting position was 6. His average finishing position was 7. And let's look at this stat here, race fans, before we let it go. Only 20 laps led this season. One of the lowest incident rates also. But with 20 laps led, no wins, but a whole bunch of top 5s and top 10s. He's your season 9 champion. Look at that. Congratulations to Dave Bragg and the whole crew back there. We're looking forward to seeing if he can repeat in season number 10. But boy, that's about going to do things here for the season number 9 here with the series. We got to thank all the race fans that have continued to watch us here over the last couple of weeks. And yes, it's true. We are going to take the summer time off here on Thursday night. They are going to do a little short track series. I'll compete in that. But man, we got to thank everybody that's not only tuned in, we got to thank all the sponsors here this season that have made everything possible. There's a long list. We got to thank the Racing School for their continued support. We got to thank Auto Tire and Safeties. We got to thank Colony Tire and Service Center along with Colony Tire. We've got the Checker Flag Auto Supply, Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe, Arts Barber Shop, and the list goes on. The 505 Motorsports crew. We thank all of them for their continued support here with the series, and we can't wait to do it again next year. So for all those sponsors, along with Checker Flag Auto Supply, Red Light Racing, and all of us here with the Turn 3 Racing Network, until we see you next season, race fans, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.